It's all about the discipline. Sports taught me discipline over everything else. My name is Nicholas Ollivierre. I come from Lago Heights. I am a father, a husband, football coach, and also a businessman. My two uncles and my father played football. My uncle, John Primus and Bernard Primus, these guys introduced me to the game and it grabbed my interest. I first began my journey in primary school for Stony Grounds. My first coach, Mr. Ragge, gave me the ground levels and I became one of the star strikers for Stony Ground. From there I went to the Camden Park Secondary School. I was from Form 3 to Form 5, as we say, the hottest striker for the team. And from there I was drafted to the national team in 1998, both at the under 17, under 20 level. That was when I represented St. Vincent at the secondary school level, at the Windward Islands games. We played against Grenada, I think. For the whole tournament, I didn't score a goal. And I said, man, I had to score a goal. I cannot go back home without scoring a goal. And about the 60-something minutes of the game, and I scored a lovely goal in the corner. And, you know, I burst into tears because we won the match 1-0. We came second in that year. And I went back home feeling proud that my players supported me and believed in me. The most challenges I face, I would think, is my height and my size. I had to work 2 times as hard because back then they usually look for the guys that are bigger, stronger. But I made up my mind that, you know, I'm not gonna make my size, you know, or my build deter me from making this football team. All I knew, once I get some playing time, I'm not going back on that bench. So sports taught me discipline over everything else and made me committed to everything I do. It also taught me to, you know, be a part of something. Sports kept me in line because I always wanted to be in the game, at training, on time. So it taught me a lot of things, but most of all, discipline. So in my community, yes, I'm being loved and I see myself as a role model. I'm very, very responsible. When I have these kids around me, I treat them like my own. The senior players, who I also coach of my club, these guys also respect me, and I let them know that, you know, the game is not just about playing, it's also off the field. So you gotta show some form of commitment and respect to people, the elderly and stuff like that. Being a role model to people, you feel it inside. It's brotherly love. My coach carried me to our coaching program. His name is Gart Dishang, you know. He believed in me as not just a player, but somebody who could impart the game back into the community. I started in 2012. We brought out the Lago Football Club, and I was in control of the whole youth department, both the under 15 and the under 17, and those boys going to the under 19 and then on to the senior team. So we have a good feeding system. I've taught about 3 generations of youths. This one being my third one, of which my son is a part. So I'm very, you know, happy about that, so that I could get to coach my son grassroots level. At present, we have about 27 kids. After that, we have the senior team. The juniors, they have played in different leagues around the country and got a little experience. The under 10s, they're now learning just to enjoy the game. That's something that I teach in my youth program. First, you gotta enjoy the game. That's the first rule. The second, you gotta follow instructions. The third rule is be a team player. Number 1, be committed to something positively. Number 2, discipline yourself, because without discipline, everything else could fall apart. Thirdly, be resilient. Times will be hard, things will be tough. Push yourself and believe you could do it. And learn teamwork. Yes, there are some sports that demand individual talent, but in truth and in fact, teamwork is everything in life. A lot of times we think that being supportive to a young man means that he is weak. a brother sometimes just needs somebody to talk to. So once you could build someone by, talking to them, making them be a part of something, I think that has really shaped a youngster's mind and into keeping them on a positive street. I want to further my education in coaching. I'm presently a C license coach, hoping to be a B license coach and even professional. As a father, I try to impart positive messaging to my son and daughter. I also like the fact that they love football, and in truth and in fact, I just want to see the best for them. For my community, put us on a map in a positive way. The Lagoy community have lots of talent, football being the main thing. Every time a Lagoy team is playing, we get fans by the hundreds. And I would like to be a part of keeping that on a positive level for my community. I hope to one day retire from football, as in come into the stands and listen to the crowd and the fans and just enjoy football with me and my wife. Be disciplined, be positive, get involved, and I hope that every man, boy could see this as, we are seen and heard as men in the world, and that we could be a positive impact on everybody. Happy International Men's Day.